Hello everyone, welcome to today's tutorial on how to edit the settings of your open course. Previously, you were asked to download and import your open course into Canvas. If you haven't done that already, please go ahead and do that now. Otherwise, we'll be moving ahead. So if you've already imported your open course into Canvas, you'll see it in your dashboard as an unpublished course. So if you want to publish it, you can go ahead and click publish, but first we're going to check on all the settings. Let's go ahead and look at the home page. So this is the home page, and we can see that the instructors were the previous instructors who created this cartridge called Using Educational Technology Fall 2020, and the teaching assistants are also there. This page we'll edit later, but for now we're going to go into the settings. And in the settings, you'll see that there is a logo. That's the original logo. If you'd like to change that, you can go ahead and do that. If you click here, choose an image. You can upload an image here. The image has to be 262 by 146 or any of that ratio. You'll notice that sometimes things get cut off, as in the previous example with Iowa State, or you can choose something from Unsplash, which uses Creative Commons. So let's look at something we can do with technology here. And let's go ahead and change this image to this one of a computer. That looks nice. All right, so your name of your course is the course section, actually. That is my address. I'm going to cut that out. Okay, so the name is the name of the course that you're going to be referring to. In the sections, you can have multiple sections of each Canvas course depending on how you're going to be running your course. And the course code will show up here in the upper left corner. I'm just using Educational Technology. You can rename that to anything that you would like. And you can change it to maybe the fall 2020, and that'll show up like that. The next most important setting would be to change your time zone. Right now, my time zone is set to Mountain Time. I'm going to search here for Istanbul. And this is where the course will take place. In your accounts, you can change the time of yourself as a student and as an instructor as well. So these should match up if you're teaching to students in your same time zone. But if you are teaching a global class, make sure to tell your students which time zone they'll be interacting with you in. If they are in the course, they'll be able to see the time based on their own time. Here you can change the start and end dates. You can choose anything on the calendar. Let's say the class starts tomorrow and it'll start at 12 a.m. You can change that time. And that means that the course will start at midnight on Monday. So any students that are up can start taking the course immediately. And finally, you can also choose the end date. So let's set it to 2 weeks from now. And there's other settings. Students can only participate in the course between these dates. Yes. You can also undo that. You can also lock all the modules, so certain modules will start up, and we'll talk about that in the next tutorial. And this setting here, this will restrict students from viewing this course after end, and that, won't allow them to actually look at the course afterwards. So that's up to you. These are all the settings. Make sure that the license is CC Attribution, Creative Commons. All open courses are Creative Commons so that we can share them with anybody. If you are making your own course, you can go ahead and change that license to anything that you would like, private copyrighted, and make the files copyrighted as well if you're going to publish this. And then finally, you can change the format to online. I don't know how much this actually matters. There's more options which are important later on. This one right here would be the most important part. We'll talk about that more when we talk about adding students into the course. So you can go ahead and click this if you'd like, and it'll give you an option when you're adding students to enroll them with a secret URL or a code like you've done in this class. All right, so there's other settings. You can take a look at them. If you have any questions about these settings, you can use the guide that's located on Canvas at communitycanvaslms.com. It's a great resource with a lot of discussions from users who have questions and answers from users who have the great answers to those questions. So use that. Also, ask each other if you have questions. Some of you have a lot of experience in Canvas. Some of you don't have as much. This is a great opportunity to continue to build this community. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Update. And that should save those settings. We'll take a look at the other settings in the next tutorial, sections, navigation. The next thing we're going to look at is the home page. So here you can change all the information using the edit button. So as a teacher, you'll have the ability to edit any pages in your modules and in your course. So you can change this, you can remove this. If you do remove this, this will, I think, default to the modules page, is like the way that we have it. So you don't have to have a home page. It's not necessary. But if you don't have a home page, it'll default to the modules page. Once you're done making any changes to the home page, go ahead and press save. And the next part we're going to be looking at is the syllabus. Okay, so the syllabus is a page and it includes all the information about each module. So for example, in this, using educational technology, all these links here are links to PDFs that are stored on the actual cartridge itself. So that makes it convenient. They've included a grading policy, so this requires a minimum of 210 points out of 300, or 70% to get a pass in this class. There's a course summary, which is based on the modules and all the due dates assigned. So you can see here, there's a list that's automatically created. You don't have to make this yourself, but you can also remove it. So let's go ahead and look at editing this. Okay, so these are all links. If you want to click on it, it'll show a link to the file. So this file is actually stored within this course itself. If you look on the right side, you'll see files, and there is all of the information listed here. Module packets is the thing that we're looking at, so you can insert them here if you'd like. You can also upload your own PDFs if you make any PDFs, and you can also make links to any PDFs that you save on Google Drive. Okay, so this is up to you how you organize your files, but the best way to do this would be to store it in this Canvas course cartridge so that you can use it in the future, and also share it with other people. If you want to add an image, you can use the images that are already stored there. You can upload a new image as well, or you can use Flickr. So Flickr is used quite often in this because it has a Creative Commons license. So if we wanted to add an image about syllabus, we can search for that and maybe add something there. Find something appropriate. Maybe that's not the best picture, but that's the one I'm going to be using for this example. You can change your grading policies here. At the bottom, you can choose if you want to include the course summary. So remember, course summary is based on your modules and all the due dates. So this will list it and generate it automatically. You don't actually have to do any extra work to make a calendar of all the activities. But you can also add that yourself. Something that we do in this class, so this is a pro tip, is you can embed a Google Docs or a Google Sheets or a Google anything into your Canvas page. So let's use the open cubed instructions as an example. I already actually did that. So, all right, so let's use the open cubed cartridge as an example. Actually, let's do that again. All right, so you can embed something from Google Docs. So let's use the open cubed cartridge as an example. So I'm going to go here. If you go to File, we can go down and find Publish to the Web. Once you do that, click on Embed, and you're going to copy this link or this code, HTML code, and then go back Here above, it says HTML editor, and that's different from the rich content editor. If you want to add your Google Docs, you can add it here. One note that you have to add, one important thing actually, is that you have to add this line with equals. Remember the quotation marks. We're going to make this 100% of the frame, and then height equals, height equals 600 or 700. It depends on how long you want it to be. It can be as long as you'd like. And if you do that, you will see that here there's a frame within that, and it allows you to show a Google Doc, which would be great if you are collaborating on a task, or if you prefer to edit on Google Docs and not have to go into Canvas every time to edit. Okay, it's something that is nice that you can use on different pages. You'll see different examples that we have used for other pages within this course itself. And if you want to remove that, you can just go back to HTML editor, go to the bottom where you added that in, and we're going to remove it. And make sure not to delete any other lines of code there. If we press save, it's going to now disappear. If you don't want to use the course summary, you can also click on not show. Okay, so uncheck the show course summary and update the syllabus, and here we go. That's what you can do with the syllabus. And so that's all the time we have for this tutorial. I hope this helped you out. In the next tutorial, we're going to be talking about more about how to adapt our courses to suit the needs of our students. So check it out in the next page. Thank you very much.